And hey guys, it's me, your friendly neighborhood Pokemaniac, coming back at you with another episode of Pokemon Platinum, post-game edition. In the last episode, we spent what felt like a literal eternity seeking out and catching all of the Reggies. That took so much time. And in this episode, as you can see, we are in the quaint old Celestic Town. I figure we could, swing by and, drop in on the in-laws. And also, going and tracking down the Reggies really kind of gets you, hankering for some more Sinnoh lore. So I figure, two birds with one stone. Swing by and let's talk to Grandma real fast. Well, hello, you look good. Grandma, please. I'm already taken by your granddaughter, at least in my head. I did some research of my own since that spot of trouble last time. Mount Coronet's acting up had me very concerned, too. Is that what they're calling it? It acted up? Yeah, okay, I suppose if you want to, brush it off. That was the destruction of the universe, the imminent destruction of the universe. Well, this is what I found in the shrine. It's a book. Great. It is quite old, like me. Let me read a bit for you. Okay. The bearer of the shining adamant orb summons DIALGA to the spear pillar. The guardian Pokemon of time will answer the call. The bearer of the shining lustrous orb summons PALKIA to the spear pillar. The Pokemon that binds the spatial dimensions will answer the call. It seems the people long ago met both DIALGA and PALKIA, the Pokemon of time and space. Now, see, that would make for like a really cool spin-off game sometime in the future, of course. So with that, it was nice that, we got to, talk to Grandma there, learn about the lustrous and the adamant orb. And now that, we kind of have a direction, I suppose, we have a goal, basically. Let's swinging by in here. Is there anything else we can do in the... Well, speak of the devil, and she shall appear. This cave painting, it's always been described this way. The light in the center represents either DIALGA or PALKIA appearing at the spear pillar. The three lights around it were thought to be Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. Oh, hey, I have those. I know those guys. They're in my PC right now. May I continue? Oh, Cynthia, baby, don't stop. But then I realized there may be another way of interpreting this. Could this triangle of lights actually represent a different trio? A different trio? Whoa, one trio per generation, please. Could they be DIALGA, PALKIA, and Giratina instead? Look, I'm not one to argue with Cynthia, but based on those paintings, I'm pretty sure they are Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf. And the large light in their center, does it represent something else? Something else? Could it be what created this world of ours? May I continue for a little bit longer? Girl, take all the time you need. I literally have nothing better to do than sit here and, listen to you while basically, staring longingly into your eyes. Thank you for listening to my theory. A game theory! I miss him. Do you know of the ancient plates they find? They? As in me? Not they, as in me? Yeah, I found a lot of them all over Sinnoh. One of them had this engraved on it. Two beings of time and space set free from the original one. Her voice got deep there for a second. I think this quote, too, points to the presence of another Pokemon. It's not DIALGA, and it's not PALKIA, but some secret third thing. A Pokemon even more powerful than DIALGA or PALKIA. Does that sound plausible to you? I'm not quite sure how Giratina fits into the scheme of things, but it's said that in the Distortion world, neither time nor space are stable. I think that tells us something about Giratina, the only Pokemon there. It must have been as powerful as DIALGA and PALKIA, the rulers of time and space. In some way, though, Giratina has to have a power opposite of theirs. So like anti-time and anti-space. I'm sorry this is so long. May I say one last bit, please? Oh, Cynthia, when you give me those puppy dog eyes, I can't say no to you. A long time ago, I wonder what sort of person painted this. DIALGA's Roar of Time, PALKIA's Spatial Rend. Hey, no spoilers now. To the people back then, those Pokemon really must have appeared to rule over time and space. Seeing them must have shaken the people to their very core. This painting represents those feelings of awe, wonder, and everything else. It passed that memory to sorry, I've just been speaking for so long, the English language is slipping from me. It passed that memory to countless people, eventually becoming a myth. And that's what I believe as a researcher of myths. I think I let myself get carried away and talked for far too long. Oh, Cynthia, time well spent. I'm sorry, and thank you. Let's meet again. Anytime, girl. Time and place. It's a date. She didn't hear me. She was too far. She was off screen already. That means she doesn't exist. All right. And with that, you know, it's actually really interesting. So Cynthia actually just reminded me of something that I think we should probably go attend to. So you guys remember, after, you know, Cynthia was talking about Giratina in the distortion world, do you guys recall that after we got to the distortion world, and came out of the distortion world, we were at this really weird place, like off of, what was it, Route 214, I believe? Yeah, there was a cave there that Cynthia was, like, accidentally blocking with her, you know, body. And we did not go back and explore that, so I think now's probably an ample time to do just that. So, without further ado, what the heck was that place called? It's like Wellspring Path, if I'm not mistaken, so let's get back to there. Alrighty, guys. Oh, just in time, too. I guess the rappel wore off. We are back, finally, on Wellspring Path. This is that little area right off of Route 214. No, not the Pokedex. It's a lot less full now that we have the national version. Cha-cha-cha, where is it? That item I said we'd never use in this game, and we've used it more than any other. Or Spring Path, I suppose, right over here. Right off of Route 214, so you can access that from either Veilstone or coming up from Pastoria. Yeah, it's honestly, it's so easy to forget that this place even exists, because after you leave it, it's send off spraying, that's what it is. Let us throw up a rappel up so we do not run into any wild Pokemon, because that would just be an absolute travesty. And we do have some exploring to do. So, while Cynthia may be the lead researcher in myths, I feel like we are the lead experiencers of myths. That's not a word, but you know, I feel like we could probably help her a little bit with her own research if we go and explore some of these things that only we can. So, climbing right back down here. If you recall, this is where we got dropped off after exiting the distortion world. Cynthia was standing right here blocking this cave that we can now enter. Turn back. And I'm gonna have to turn back because I forgot a defogger. Okay, we're back. Forgot I needed a defogger. All right, so we got ourselves Sucka once again because Sucka has defog and fly, so we can just drop Warbeak off and not really have to worry about it. So we're gonna use defog in here. Turn back cave, and there we go. Nice and clear now. All right, and I guess we should probably see what this is all about. Past 3 pillars, offer up to the before 30 is surpassed. Okay, so there is a gimmick to this place. It's semi-randomized. It's got a couple of different branching paths that you can go through. Okay, there's a rock room. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be like 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I have no idea how this place works in all reality. It's basically my entire life I have just basically run through here, kind of willy-nilly, just kind of stumbling across the different pillars, which it looks like we are not doing a very good job of at the moment. And Repel's effect wore off. I don't know if there are Pokemon in here, but I don't feel like finding out at the moment. So basically, my best advice here, and don't get me wrong, I've looked up on multiple occasions, you know, pathways through here, but there's really, I have not found myself a good explanation. 1, 5. I believe that helps you keep track of what room you're in, but that's a pillar, that's for sure. So let's go up here. Why not? Seems like a fun idea. And good news, this rock formation is not familiar to me, so that's a good sign that we're on some sort of trajectory. I do believe, though, if you go through, like it was saying at the front, if you go through enough doors, It will basically reset you. Ooh, so far so good. This is a second pillar, if I'm not mistaken. 2-9. Don't know what that means. But I'm sure there is a little pattern here, but I mean, basically, we're just running through as best we can. That's interesting. Where do we go from here? I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this one. And repels effect wore off. All right, let's see if there are any wild Pokemon in here. Oh, geez, this cave is making me want to turn back and never go through here again. There are certain areas that you can come to, and they will have some items for you. Okay, so there are wild Pokemon. There will be some items kind of scattered about, but there's really only one. There's one item that we're really looking for, and I'm hoping we can find it with some sort of efficiency here. I don't know if we're going to get reset or not, but we're gonna find out. Oh jeez. Yeah, this ain't looking too hot for your friendly neighborhood Pokemaniac here. It is really feeling like we are not going to make it within the allotted time. Again, once you get into these rooms, like the rooms with rocks, they usually aren't. They aren't the rooms you're looking for. Your princess is in another castle, as it were. Okay, we've been in here before. I suppose we should go this way? Maybe? Okay. This is not looking fantastically. I don't... Oh, is this the entrance? 322. No. Okay, this is it. We're almost there. I believe this is the third pillar. Repels effect wore off. Okay. Honestly, guys, I seriously, I don't have any advice for this except just guess. Go with your gut. Oh. It's that easy, guys. Just do exactly what I did right there, and you'll end up... Well, okay. So you do have to get into the rooms with those 3 pillars. The numbers on the pillars, I believe, correspond with how many rooms you've gone through. So that 22, I believe we hit the 3rd pillar in 22 rooms so you can keep track of your progress. And then it will probably spit you out back at the entrance. But this is the room we really wanted to get to. As you can see here, there is a weird distortion here in time and space that looks awfully familiar. And if we get this item, it's a Stardust. Sometimes it is a different item, so like a rare bone or other valuable item that you can sell for cash money. But that's not the item we were looking for. This is that where life sparkles. Okay, that's not me saying that. That's the tablet. That where life is fated. A place where 2 worlds overlap. So that's right, guys. If you couldn't guess, 2 worlds overlapping. This is a portal leading to the distortion world. And let's do it. Let's just leap into the portal. Why not? That's probably safe, I'm sure. So welcome back, guys, to the distortion world. Yeah, oh, gosh, you gotta love it. All the old gimmicks are back, including hopping on, the sideways walls. Now, I'm so glad we got to come back here. I love the perspective shifts and everything. So this is it. This is an area of the distortion world that we did not come to, that we could not travel to prior. It's still a distortion world, but it is a completely different area than the one that we were exploring. However, where this leads, I miss that music too. Just everything about this place is magical. So, the distortion world, it will lead over here, and we will get ourselves the Grisius Orb. So, you recall when we caught Giratina. Giratina, the Giratina that we battled was specifically the distortion world's Giratina. And when we brought Giratina out of the distortion world, Giratina had changed forms. Now, the Grisius Orb will transform Giratina back into its original form. Or its distortion form, I suppose, as it were. And it will boost the moves. It will boost both Ghost and Dragon type moves on Giratina. So, phenomenal item. You really need it. Coming back here, if the first time around you foolishly neglected to save, or you did not want Giratina and you either knocked it out or ran away from Giratina, after you beat the Elite Four, Giratina will appear here. if you accidentally kill Giratina again. You know, because sometimes you have Pokemon who are a little battle hungry and cannot help themselves, but critical legendary Pokemon. If that happens again, you just need to go beat the Elite Four again, and then Giratina shall respawn. So you will always have an opportunity to go get Giratina. You just have to, you know, find your way. And with that, we are going to come back out here. Portal leading back to Turnback Cave. Yes, let us take that once again. And with that, guys, that is everything we needed to do here at Turnback Cave, and that puts a nice little bow on Giratina's story. But, man, there are a couple other Pokemon that Cynthia and Grandma were talking about that I think we need to tend to now. So I will catch you guys back outside of the Turnback Cave. Alrighty, guys, and we are back here in Orberg City because our next destination, if you could not guess, is Mount Coronet. Because, honestly, like, see, name me another place in Sinnoh that has more relevance to both legendary Pokemon and the origin of Sinnoh as a whole. You can't. So, we're going to go there. Get up there. Stopped a little too soon. So, we're going to go explore Mount Coronet just a little bit more, which, again, like, this Mount Coronet makes such a good, like, central hub for the entire, like, world. Like, it's just so good. We come here multiple times at multiple points in our journey. It's dope all around. Like, really well done, really well laid out. And even here in the post game, there are still things we have yet to do at Mount Coronet. Because if you guys so recall, while Cyrus was trying to, you know, destroy the universe and remake it in his own image, DIALGA and PALKIA actually showed up at Spear Pillar. So we're going to poke around, snoop around here a little bit more, see if we can't, you know, find a little bit more, find a few more clues as to, you know, the secrets of DIALGA and PALKIA. Because there's nothing I prefer more than helping Cynthia with her research. And, you know, maybe she'll talk to me again. All right, so we're going to keep going. My goodness. I've never been a bigger simp in my life than for Cynthia. We're going to run right through here, passing by the broken cave painting, right here where Looker kind of sent us off, and where Team Galactic had kind of taken over. So we're going to run all the way back up here. My goodness, so many memories of this place, including a Reggie and, you know, the end of the world, which that part I could have done without. But, you know, the rest of the time, not too bad. So we're going to move right along. We're going to pop up this rocky wall, I suppose. It's not even a wall. It's more like a track. Repel wearing off. I believe we want to go into this entrance. Back into Mount Coronet. Yes! Okay, good. I remembered how to get here. That was a very important piece of the puzzle. So, if you recall, there was a waterfall that we could not climb up because we had not run into Jasmine yet. So, we did not have waterfall. But, coming on up here, after talking to both Grandma and Cynthia, we come here into a room, and we find ourselves a stone plate. There's a text engraved on the back of the obtained plate. 2 beings of time and space set free from the original one, which is the exact thing that Cynthia quoted to us in the cave in Celestic. But if you come over here, we find ourselves the Adamant Orb. My goodness, if you thought we were done with orbs in this episode, you're sorely mistaken. And the Lustrous Orb. All right, and with both of those guys, I believe, if I recall Cynthia's story correctly, having those orbs will summon DIALGA and PALKIA to the top of Spear Pillar. So I will meet you guys back up there. That's not an exit. Oh, and here we are, back on Spear Pillar. And who would have thought, after all these years, I'd return to the scene of the greatest threat the world has ever faced as a tourist! All right, coming back up here, guys, to the top of Spear Pillar. Because we have the Adamant Orb, a blue rift will appear. And I think you know who's waiting for us behind this blue rift. But before we do that, we are going to save the game. That's for darn sure. All right. Yes, overwrite it. Oh, saving a lot of data. Yeah, it's always a lot of data, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay. Look, we're about to fight the Dialga, the being of time. If we catch him, can he please cut down on the amount of time it takes to save the game? That would be wonderful. Thank you. But without further ado, guys, it's time to face down another legendary Pokemon. Let's go. On the other side of the rift, in a fantastically bizarre place, it's Dialga. Will you challenge Dialga? Absolutely, I will. Gugya Gubba! Margaflargan! Yeah, I couldn't have said that better myself, Dialga. Music goes hard. All right, yeah, here it is. Dialga, the being of time. And Dialga is the Steel Dragon-type Pokemon. In Pokemon Platinum, you're going to be experiencing him on level 70. Look at this thing, man. And it has the ability Pressure, PP down, you're gonna need an Ether, with the moves Slash, Earth Power, Heal Block, and the Roar of Time. So, Roar of Time is Dialga's special move, and it's basically, well, he's going to show us right here. Roar of Time, I believe it is, let me listen. I believe it's Dragon. Yeah, because that was, yeah, it's a Dragon. Oh, yeah, well, maybe I should just look at my little information box next to me. So, Roar of Time, it is a Dragon move. It is basically like a Hyper Beam. I do not have anything that is super good to resist Dialga with. This is going to be very unsettling. But we can throw Donzalug out here, and we're going to get an Earthquake in. So yeah, as you can see, it is a very powerful move. I mean, it O-code Rotom, so it's no joke. However, it does need to recharge afterwards, so it's like super powerful move. It's a signature move. It's great. As you can see, Dialga, not only being Steel type, but Dialga is awfully defensive. I forgot it had Earth Power. Poor Donzalug. He did not deserve this. Oh, that's probably going to OHKO as well. Oh, the humanity. So, we are no longer messing around, guys. Yes, we're going to have to use the next Pokemon. Let's get Autumn out here because Autumn does not instantly die to, you know, everything that this Dialga wants to throw at us. We're going to use Mud Bomb. Slash, it's going to hurt. If it gets a crit, it's going to be really annoying. But okay, no. Autumn's out here holding his own like it's nobody's business. Get a couple Mud Bombs in here. Super fast. I can hit him with one more. And the accuracy falling is really nice. That will help us in the long run. So, Dialga, first of all, phenomenal typing for a Pokemon. Dragon and Steel is so cool. Maybe it's not like phenomenal as in like type... Autumn! I'll be right back, guys. My goodness. Okay, guys, we're back. You want to talk about being the, you know, controller of time? I basically just reset the universe, so that never happened. Once again, my Pokemon, they're designed to do one thing, and that is to kill. I really can't help it. I can't help it. Jeez, they cannot help themselves. They have to kill legendary Pokemon. So I threw Warbeak up front this time around so I could get the Intimidate off. Really not for anything, you know, in particular, just so like when Autumn's out there, Slashes aren't going to, you know, like absolutely pound him into the ground as much as they were. We're going to start off with a Quick Ball. Now, Dialga and Palkia, if you know, by proxy, they're level 70, which is really high leveled. When we caught Giratina, I believe Giratina was like, what, 47 or something weird like that. The Reggies, level 30, Darkrai, and not Lunala, Cresselia, that's what it is. My goodness. They were both on level 50. Uxie, Mesprit, Azelf, they weren't nearly at level 70. So, and we were given our level 100 Regigigas, so we didn't even have to fight it. The Regigigas we did fight in the wild was only on level 1, so this is like by far and away the strongest Pokemon, like legendary Pokemon that we have fought here out in the wild. However, little stipulation to fighting the level 70 Giratina and then, by proxy Palkia. While they're, really strong Pokemon, funny enough, they're not exactly the hardest Pokemon to catch. If you were playing Diamond and Pearl, and you were up here on Spear Pillar, and you encountered, your Dialga, your Palkia, they will be slightly lower leveled. However, you probably had a remarkably good time catching either of those. You may have chalked it up to you being really lucky, or maybe every time you play Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, you feel really lucky when you catch Dialga and Palkia. I'm here to break the news to you. The unfortunate truth of the situation is that Dialga and Palkia, okay, let's preface this. Most legendary Pokemon, they have a very low catch rate, which is why they, burst out of Pokeballs all the time. And that's why it takes so long to catch them. That is because they have a catch rate of 3. All right? 3 is the lowest possible catch rate you could possibly have. It is nearly impossible to catch Pokemon. Well, not nearly impossible, but it is the lowest percentage chance of your Pokeball actually working when catching a Pokemon with a catch rate of 3. Dialga and Palkia, however, you really could have accented my point there, Dialga. They have a catch rate of 30. They are 10 times easier to catch than your typical legendary Pokemon. To put this into context, don't get me wrong, they're not easy to catch, but to put that into a little bit of context, a Chansey has a catch rate of 30. Now, hey, yeah, it's a Chansey, Safari Zone, you probably have some memories there, some bad memories of trying to catch a Chansey in the Safari Zone. But where on earth are my Revives? Oh, they're... Where are my Revives? Oh, right. Oh, my goodness. I seriously, I almost freaked out there for a second, guys. Sorry about that. I thought I had lost my Revives. That would not have been pleasant. But, so to put this into context, catching a Dialga or a Palkia is akin to catching a Chansey out in the wild. So, I hate to break it to you, but it's really not that hard to catch one of these Pokemon. As far as legendaries go, I don't know why they did that. I'm kind of thankful that they did. It's nice because we can, ostensibly catch, Dialga here in a Pokeball or in a Great Ball if it wants to stay in. I'm just using up my Great Balls right now just because I may as well. And it matches his color scheme really well. So we're going to throw a couple more here. We're going to switch over to, more reasonable Pokeballs here in a little bit. We got 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw an Ultra Ball at him. I'm much more confident that this Ultra Ball is going to actually stick the landing. If you have an Ultra Ball, I mean, catching a Dialga or a Palkia is really not too hard. This Dialga is still in the yellow. So that's probably and being level 70, let's be honest with you, still contributes to one of the main reasons why we're probably not catching this thing with as much haste as we would like. I'm gonna hit it with a Thunderbolt, maybe paralyze it. It's not gonna be very effective, and then maybe we can get it down into the red. It's that easy. I'm going back to Great Balls because, again, I think the color scheme is super nice. But yeah, again, it's as far as legendaries go, it is a very generous thing that their catch rate is 30. Makes catching them so much easier. Makes the experience a little more enjoyable, so that we're not spending 2+ hours on a single recording session for a couple of Pokemon that are gonna sit in the PC till the end of time. Oh my goodness. But with that, hey, there we go. Dialga in a Great Ball. Who'd have thought? Who'd have seen this coming? All right, so just kind of hammer the point home. All right, and DIALGA, the temporal Pokemon. I don't know what the implications are that we have captured the being that started time and can control it. Steel Dragon type, DIALGA, the temporal Pokemon, Steel Dragon, 17 feet tall. My goodness. 1,505 pounds. Oh, he is big. Dang, boy, he thick. A legendary Pokemon of Sinnoh. It is said that time flows when DIALGA's heart beats. Jeez, that is, that's like hardcore. Thank goodness I didn't read Pokedex descriptions, you know, when I was younger, because I definitely would have used that line to try to, you know, pick up girls with, and I would have ended up embarrassing myself more than I usually would, so, yeah. And alrighty, guys, we just popped into the cave, healed up, and then popped right back out onto Spear Pillar. Now that we have caught DIALGA, okay, Repel's effect wore off. Once you exit and come back in, guess who else will appear? That's right, it's Palkia. We are once again going to save. Now that we have DIALGA, this isn't going to take a long time, right? What is the point of catching the God of Time if we're still gonna have these save? Whatever. Let's fight Palkia. It got me all mixed up. On the other side of the rift, in a fantastically bizarre place, it's Palkia. Will you challenge Palkia? I accept the challenge. Sponge boy me, Bob. I'm the God of Space. All right, and say hello to Palkia. Well, Palkia does, you know, look all right. DIALGA is definitely the cooler design, if you ask me. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Palkia, in Pokemon Platinum, it will be on level 70. It is the Water Dragon type Pokemon. That's right. We finally have a Water Dragon type, which is what Gyarados was supposed to be in Gen 1, but it was thought to be too powerful. They finally done did it. The Mad Lads, they made a Water Dragon type Pokemon. So, DIALGA's the cooler design, Palkia's the better typing, with the ability Pressure, and it is going to have the moves Heal, Block, Earth Power, and Slash. Gee, that sounds familiar. And, of course, its own signature move, Spatial Rend, which is basically the same thing as Roar of Time. It's just Spatial Rend instead. So, do with that information what you will. Once again, just denying us the ease of using a Quick Claw. Throwing a Warbeak out front here, once again, just so the slashes don't land as hard. Spatial Rend is another Dragon-type move. It's quite literally the same thing. There's really not too much of a difference between DIALGA and Palkia, other than their typing and what version of the game you're playing. I could probably risk a Brave Bird, honestly, if I survive the Spatial Rend. But it's really cool. I'm glad we get to see the animations for Roar of Time and Spatial Rend, because they look so cool. And you know when the screen changes entirely that it's just a banger of a move. Speaking of banging moves, my goodness, that absolutely decimated Warbeak. And now, we're going to have a little bit harder of a time here, because we don't actually have any moves that are super effective. But we are going to throw Maytag out here. We're going to see if we can't get the paralysis on like we did DIALGA, because that worked really well last time. Go ahead, be my guest. Use Slash. I know it looks like a washing machine, but it's a ghost. It's a ghost. It's not a washing machine. It can't be scratched. So yeah, that's why they give you the lifetime warranty on the Maytag products, because they're ghosts. They're not going to scratch. You can't even use them. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I make random moves missed by levity. I know it looks like a washing machine. You'd think it would be affected by an earthquake, but it's not. It levitates. It floats. It's a floating washing machine. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, there you go. Now you're going to hit me with a decent move. But yeah. So, DIALGA and Palkia. What more is there to say? Again, Water Dragon is such... Maytag, you're so sturdy. Water and Dragon is just an absolutely phenomenal typing, by the way. So if you are going to use a Legendary, I would recommend using Palkia over DIALGA, if you have the choice. I really want to catch him in a pink ball. We're going to do it. So we're going to throw heal balls at Palkia here. Something else to go over, too. I did not address this back on the first time we were at Spirit Pillar. And God, yes! 1 heal ball! Oh, what? Where you at? Where you at? God of Space? Hello? I hope you like your new space inside of the heal ball. Oh my gosh, get wrecked, scrub. 30 catch rate. Oh gosh, that was so nice. Palkia, the spatial Pokemon. Water and Dragon. 13 feet, 9 inches. A little bit lighter than Dialga, but that makes sense because, you know, it's not made of steel. However, water weight, I think, should apply here. But yeah, so Dialga, a legendary Pokemon of Sinnoh, it is said that space becomes more stable with Palkia's every breath. All right, so every move you make, every breath you take, I'll be stabilizing you. No, we're not going to give a nickname to Palkia. We're going to transfer that to Beebe's PC. And then, let's go take a look at those bad boys, yeah? Yeah, we got to get off this mountain. My goodness. Got to heal up. No, I don't need a summary of Warbeak. I know she's the best. I can't fly here. Why can I not fly here? I'm at the peak of the mountain. All right, I'll meet you back down there. All right, now I have to go back to the stupid Pokemart and get stupid repels because, you know, Lord knows I haven't spent enough on repels as it is. I'm just beginning to think it's not worth all the money that I keep... Uh-oh. Hey, guys. Something's telling me that our little adventure for legendary Pokemon isn't quite over yet. So let's talk to the courier man. Good day. You must be Jake. I've received a gift just for you. Here you go. And we get ourselves the Azure Flute. We look forward to your next visit. All right, guys. So, with another event item obtained by this courier, we have the Azure Flute, and it's time to head back up to Mount Coronet one last time. I'll see you up there. All right, guys, here we are, back at the pinnacle of Mount Coronet, the Spear Pillar. With Azure Flute in hand, let's go see what happens. Jake's Azure Flute is making a sound. That's what flutes do, right? And you can hear the wind. I mean, it would make sense, yeah? Would you like to blow into the Azure Flute? Probably could have phrased that a little bit better, but to answer your question, yes, I would. Jake blew the Azure Flute. Definitely could have phrased that better. A glowing stairway appeared. Seemingly a stairway to heaven, huh? Yeah, so as you can tell, we are quite the maestros when it comes to playing the flute that we've never seen before in our lives. So, let us ascend the stairway to heaven. Wasn't as long as Shaman's. Dodogyun! That's right, guys. Say hello to a Pokemon we have never seen before. The legendary Arceus. Or Arceus, depending on your pronunciation. Arceus is going to be on level 80. It is the legendary Pokemon, the creator of the world, and of Sinnoh, and ostensibly the entire world. This is the Pokemon that Cynthia could not identify. This is the Pokemon that is the opposite of Giratina. This is the creator. Arceus. Or Arceus. I don't know. I've heard it pronounced both ways. I can't remember how they pronounce it in the movie. I've always pronounced it Arceus, but like Arceus would make sense because it's like archaic. But my goodness, I don't think we can mess around here. Listen to that track. So, first of all, a couple things to talk about with our friend Arceus here. Arceus is going to be on level 80 when it appears. It is the pure normal type. Okay? Interesting for a legendary Pokemon. Well, not in this generation. But Arceus' ability is what makes it super unique. Its ability is multi-type, which is an ability that is unique to Arceus as of this point in time. Multi-type is an ability. Do you recall all of those plates that we've been collecting throughout our whole time here in, playing the game? That is for Arceus. Arceus' type will change depending on what plate it is holding. So if it's holding the steel plate, it's going to be a steel type. If it's holding the fire plate, it's going to be a fire type. Fist plate, fighting type. Its typing will change. Also, Arceus has a signature move. Not that we're going to see it in this fight. Arceus' moves right now are currently Refresh, Future Sight, Recover, and Hyper Beam. Refresh, I'm a little dubious about. I think it's Refresh, but in, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, I believe it is Healing Wish. So, interesting. It was hard to find information about this battle, funny enough. And that is mainly because... so it does have Refresh. If you guys didn't know, this event doesn't technically exist, at all. So when we went and got the Azure Flute, we obtained it, through different means, as we have obtained all the other events. Now, all of these, event legendaries that we have gotten, they were all distributed through Mystery Gift or Wi-Fi events. Arceus was planned, the Azure Flute was planned to be distributed through one of these events, but for some reason, Nintendo or Game Freak, whoever it was, never ended up pulling the trigger on that. So we never actually got the Azure Flute event. The only way that we can experience this is through other means, as it were. Honestly, I forgot to use a Quick Ball, which is fantastic. Glad I did that. Also, what Pokeball suits the god of Pokemon? I don't understand. Probably a luxury ball, honestly. So, hey, Arceus, get in my balls! Unfortunately, unlike Dialga and Palkia, Arceus does have a, 3 for a, it shook, guys. It has a 3 for its catch rate. Now, just changing Arceus' type is not super impressive for an ability. That was a huge hit, my goodness. But, funny enough, Arceus also has a signature move that it does not have in the wild right here. Arceus has a signature move called Judgment. And what Judgment does is it is a base 100 power, 100 accuracy move so it's always going to hit. And its type will change depending on what place you have. So Arceus will always have a ridiculously power stab move available to it. And you can basically customize your Arceus any way you want to do it. All of its stats are absolutely phenomenal. And it gets a great variety of moves. And honestly, you really don't need a great variety of moves. I mean, you got extreme speed and you got judgment. Really, what more do you need? So overall, Arceus really living up to its name as, the god of Pokemon. And it's very interesting that it's mentioned so much, all this hype is set up for it and everything, and it just never materialized, and I don't know why. So, rather unfortunate, event there, but, because this is just super dope. I don't know why they, held off on it. I think it's obviously already programmed into the game, and you can access it through, back doors. But, yeah, just overall, I think it's just really cool, and I'm very disappointed that we never got that in the main game. The only other way to obtain an Arceus at the time was they did do a different Wi-Fi mystery gift event where they gave away a free level 100 Arceus. So kind of like how they gave away the 100 Regigigas, they did the same thing with an event Arceus. That Arceus Okay, good. It's recovering, because that means I can actually hit it with a Thunderbolt and see if I can't paralyze it and then try to catch it before it refreshes. Rather annoying fight, I tell you what. And I'm hoping... Oh, jeez, man. 2 recovers. We're going to have to run this thing out of moves. That event Arceus was level 100, and it came with the moves Judgment, Roar of Time, and Spatial Rend. So it also had DIALGA and PALKIA's moves alongside of signature moves alongside of its own, which was very interesting, very unique Pokemon. It's really the only way you could even get those moves on Arceus, because it does not learn. No other Pokemon learns Roar of Time or Spatial Rend except for Smeargle. Okay, always disregard Smeargle. That was an absolute baller turn from Maytag right there. Good job, buddy. This is probably a good time to use a Timer Ball. Just because enough turns have passed. More than 10 turns for sure have passed. Arceus paralyzed and kind of weak. I thought that would yield a little bit better results. But it's going to go with Future Sight. I'm going to throw another Timer Ball at it. I still think this is like my best... This would be the best time to use it while it's paralyzed, because it can, heal itself. I'm hoping we get lucky and we're able to catch this thing in one go. But who knows? I mean, it's Arceus. We had Pokemon Satan with Giratina. We need to complete the collection with the Pokemon equivalent, with the Pokemon God. I mean, that's just how it is. We're gonna take a really nasty Future Sight attack. My goodness, that did so much damage. Throw another Timer Ball, because why not? Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, when we throw a Timer Ball, it is with the hope that Dialga is watching over us and utilizing it. And then, also, Palkia. Palkia is helping jam what is a giant god-like Pokemon into an itty-bitty living space. So, yeah, I mean, quite literally the embodiment of the ultimate cosmic power. Itty-bitty living space. All right, and recover. That is a little unfortunate. We're probably going to get bopped with Future Sight, so that's not going to be fun. We're also going to have to heal up Maytag. Man. Full restore. Again, I just hope I have enough supplies to get through an entire battle with Arceus, because who knows? No one said catching God was easy. Oh. Oh! There we go. We have done it, guys. We have finally caught the Pokemon of Legend. The Pokemon that started the legend. Arceus, the alpha Pokemon. That's because, he's absolute Giga Chad. Pure normal type Pokemon. Height 10'6", 705 pounds. It is said to have emerged from an egg in a place where there was nothing, then shape the world. Yeah, don't you just love it, when you just emerge from your egg and then shape the world? Which, I mean, honestly, I kind of relate to Arceus a lot, because a lot of times we're like 10-year-olds in these games, and then we just, I mean, literally, we shape the world. That's for darn sure. No one can deny that. Give a nickname to the caught Arceus. I don't think we need to. Oh, and finally, we have obtained 37 Pokemon, I suppose. And with that, guys, we have done it. We have caught every legendary Sinnoh Pokemon. Let's head on back down. Let's see if the bridge disappears if we leave and come back. Yeah, look at that. Stairway to Heaven is gone. Man, oh man. And with that, guys, we did it. We caught the box legendaries, all of them, even this mysterious one that this crazy event that was actually never released. And well, guys, I just want to say we've done about nearly everything we possibly can in this game. Now, granted, there are still some Pokemon that we could, go hunt down, or certain items that we could get, or certain things to go do. And I'm sure, like, I'll be covering some of those in the future, but as far as main events go, like the big points in Pokemon Platinum, we've done it. We completed it, and here we stand on top of the world. Quite literally, we've done everything we can, you know, story-wise in Pokemon Platinum. And I just want to say, guys, like, wow, what a wild ride it has been. You know, starting off with the Gyarados documentary, starting off losing to our rival Daki, our very first battle, and here we stand at the literal pinnacle of trainerdom. The pinnacle of the world, on top of Mount Coronet, where time and space began. The proud owners of of God, apparently. We've come quite a long way, and I just want to say thank you for joining me on this journey. It has been nothing but a blast, and I really do look forward to many more Pokemon adventures with you guys. So, with that, guys, if you liked what you saw, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, like, dislike, whatever you're feeling like. And until next time, guys, wherever that is, whenever that is, I will catch you later. Running in the doors, running here some more, running in the doors, running indoors, Pokemon Gen 4. Pikachu?